Okay, hello everybody. Welcome to Korean Atlanta Mentorship. And yesterday, I had a pretty hectic day because I had to sign some paperwork. I usually don't leave my house, but I went to the local credit union and I had to sign the paperwork to get this $12,200 new credit card that literally originated yesterday. And they actually printed out the credit card in the credit union. It was pretty cool. I was like, sweet. And so I had a $12,200 credit card on my hand when I left the credit union at like 6:30 p.m. And then a little bit later, I got an email from another credit union and they said, "Hey, please sign this. Please e-sign this and we'll give you a $15,000 personal line of credit." And I was like, "Sweet. Sweet. This is an opportunity to make another YouTube video and me flex, right? I'm gonna flex right now. I'm flex. I don't know if you can see this because there's no cam on, but I'm flexing my financial muscles. Man, they're pretty big. Okay, so okay, so if you just do a tally of all the credit lines that I have: home equity line of credit, personal credit card, business credit card, personal line of credit, personal credit card. So these two that are highlighted blue are the new credit lines that I have. And oh, I probably need to get rid of this one. This $800 itty bitty personal line of credit that I can't withdraw after 9 p.m. Eastern on a business working day. And I definitely can't even withdraw on a weekend or a holiday. I need to get rid of this one. This is a disgrace, but we'll see. Okay, but what I'm trying to show here is that now the running total of all the credit lines that I have is $575,000, and we'll get to a million soon. We'll get to a million soon, right? It's not going to be that hard, right? Maybe I just get a refinance my home equity line of credit, get another 100,000, make some more income, and just keep getting more credit because credit, I keep saying this, even though I don't really know what it means, is the gift that keeps on giving. Now, I'm gonna make a plug for Renatus. Okay, just a quick plug. How did I understand credit? Okay, I took a class called Understanding Credit in Renatus, and not only does Renatus have a whole bunch of classes about just financial literacy, but also about real estate investing. And if you're a real estate investor, you want a lot of credit. Why? Because if you have a ton of credit, let's say you got a $280,000 home equity line of credit, and you get a sweet deal that's 40 grand that requires a 40 grand down payment. You can take, just as long as the terms and agreements of your lender say you can do this or it's not prohibited, then you might be able to pull it out for 40 grand, right, from the line of credit, and then you could have a sweet deal that could net you, I don't know, 50, $60,000 profit if the deal, is sweet enough, right? So that's one. And then number two, you could easily manage your cash flow. So if you run into cash flow crunches, your tenant moves out, right? Maybe you got to do a few repairs, then you didn't expect to have to make. Then, well, all right, well the funds are there to make the repairs, right? So there's two reasons why we acquire credit, lots and lots of credit. Okay, so let me just kind of just briefly go over that. Two reasons, and actually let's just do this. Let's just do this. All right. Two reasons. Reasons to get credit. Number one, easy access to opportunities, right? Like I said, if you have a fix and flip project that requires a $40,000 down payment and you don't have that, but you got a home equity line of credit or a personal line of credit, you can just borrow from that easily as long as your lender doesn't prohibit it, right? Number two, Number two, cash flow management. Cash flow management. So, if you have a $10,000 roof that needs to be replaced, you just swipe it on a card like one of these business credit cards, and then once you have once the end of the month is there, then just do velocity banking, right? And so here's the secret. I'm going to tell you the secret cheat code. So here's the secret, okay? Secret cheat code of understanding how credit works if you don't want to take the classes. And I know a lot of you heard me say this. Banks don't lend money to people who need it. Okay? So I don't need money. And every time I wake up, right, I ask myself, hey, do I need money today? And if the answer is yes, I'm definitely not going to apply. I'm definitely not going to apply for credit cards, loans, anything like that. And this is very counterintuitive to most people. They're like, isn't a bank like a restaurant? Like, don't I go to a bank because I need money? Like I go to a restaurant because I need food? No, no, a bank does not care if you need money or not. The bank wants someone who makes money but is a little bit bad at managing it. So what you have to do is present yourself as a person who doesn't need money, but once you get the money, just don't manage it poorly, right? So that's what the bank is looking for, right? So banks don't lend money to people who need it. And because on Friday I was like, do I need money today? And the answer was no. I just applied for more lines of credit and I got $27,200 more in lines of credit, and it was so easy. It was so easy. I cannot believe it, right? When you don't need money, credit is a gift that keeps on giving. It is, okay? So let me just actually play that with our AI voice.
Remember, folks, banks don't lend money to people who need it. When you don't need money, credit is the gift that keeps on giving.
It is the gift that keeps on giving because it seems like every week or month or so I just make a new video about like I just got another $10,000 line of credit, 20,000, 15,000, because credit is the gift that keeps on giving. And because most people don't understand that banks don't lend money to people who need it, they wonder why they can't get loans or they feel behind because you have to present yourself in a way where they can make money off of you. And the biggest risk that a bank has is that people who don't have money can't pay them back, right? That's I know it's kind of really obvious, when when you're a borrower, you get too emotional about it, so you don't think rationally, right? So yeah, that's just it for today. Just another video where I'm just flexing my financial muscles. And again, I'll get to a million soon. I just don't know, and frankly, I don't care because I don't need the money. And because I don't need the money, this number is going to keep increasing. Why? Because I don't need the money, and banks don't lend money to people who need it. I know I'm just repeating myself, but getting credit isn't really that hard. It's really not. Just don't need money. And I know that sounds kind of ridiculous, right? Like, oh yeah, just don't need money, and then you get lots of it. And for me, it's kind of like the Pythagorean theorem in school. I remember when I learned like a squared plus b squared equals c squared. I don't think I truly understood it, but I just memorized it. And back when I used to make 20 grand a year, I remember this business credit coach keep harping this in. And I was like, I'm only making 20 grand a year. Isn't that why I'm here in this course? So I can figure out how to get money because I need it? And she's like, no, banks don't lend money to people who need it. And I was like, okay, I'll just memorize this like I did with the Pythagorean theorem, where I don't truly understand it, but somehow make it work. And then that's what I did, right? So let me just play the lesson of the day today one more time.
Remember, folks, banks don't lend money to people who need it. When you don't need money, credit is the gift that keeps on giving.
Oh, yes, it is. Okay. Well, this is Korean Atlanta Mentorship, everybody. So this is just another video about how we have over $575,000 in lines of credit. So easy. It's so simple. Okay. Well, that's it for today then. Have a great day, and we will speak next time.